Hi guys, today we're going to be learning how to create our very own logo and channel art for YouTube, so stay tuned. So in my last video, I talked about how to create a successful YouTube channel with just your cell phone. But now I want to get a little bit more into branding and how to create a logo. So we're going to use Photoshop today. For this tutorial, I'm just going to talk about how I created my simple logo here. It looks very complicated. It's very nice and colorful. It's got a lot of little designs here and there and little splats here and there. It looks really nice. I like it. I'm very proud of this. It looks very cool, very fun, very poppy. It catches your attention. There's so much going on here, and it looks really, really good. But today we're just going to be talking about this part here, how I created the Stay Tuned here. It's very nice, it's very simple, it's very easy to create. And so we're going to just start with this. We're just going to learn how to start with this. So we're going to go to new, we're going to create a new, and I already have a couple presets here already created. It is with 1070 for pixels, and for width, and height is 548. So we're just going to click here. All right, so this is the dimensions we're going to use. So now when looking at this logo, I started off with just first I started just making the colors right here that you see inside of this text. So what I did was I just took my brush tool. You can press B on your keyboard to get to the brush tool, and I had already downloaded a bunch of pre-made brushes, like a bunch of splats, like this one right here. If I can just click on that, change my foreground color, and shrink this down with the brackets, and boom, see, I got that nice splat. That's kind of how I did this. I had just a bunch of different ones, and I just use that. And basically just fill it in so there's no spaces anywhere, there's no transparent. So now that we have this is basically like our little background for our text. This is what we're going to use. So now we're going to create text. Size it up, get it to a nice size, and we're just going to put it in the middle here, in smack dab in the middle. Now I can't see this, so I'm going to go text. I'm going to change the color up here, color picker, change the text color to black so I can actually see what's going on here. All right, so we want all of these colors inside of this text. All right, and the way that we do that is you can press Alt. I think it's this way, right? Alt, and then no, other way. My bad. Control Z. Let's put this underneath here. Press Alt. Boom, and there you go. So basically, what it is we basically painted this top layer onto our text by holding down Alt. You hold down the Alt, and you go toward the middle here, in the middle, in between this line right here, and this little arrow with like a little layer box will pop up, and basically it's saying, do you want me to mask this on top of this, basically. And basically you just click yes. So you click that, and then it kind of, this layer here is kind of like the outline cutout for this top layer. All right, so that's how we got that right there with this. But now you see these, you get this nice defined look here, and it looks really, really cool. It's got that nice black, stroke around it, and it's a stroke. So basically, what you want to do is you go to your text right here, and you don't click on the words, because if you click on the words, it's going to change the name. If you click on this right here, it's just going to highlight it all. So what we want to do is we want to just select this empty space here. We want to double click it, and it's going to open up your layer style, um, basically for all your effects and different things like that that you can do to your layer. And we're going to go to stroke. We're going to click stroke, but then we're going to select stroke. Then we're going to switch this color right here where it says color of stroke. I'm going to turn that black. All right. Now it looks dope. It looks really cool, but we want the stroke to just be a little bit smaller. Well, let's see. Here's another text that we'll use because I just don't like the way this text looks. So let's just highlight this. And I'm going to go to the text that I normally use. Boom, make sure it's nice and centered. I added a drop shadow to this layer. So let's create a background real quick because I like to see how it looks really nice with a nice background, a nice gray background. So we're going to create a new layer right here. This little new layer button right there. We're going to bring it down to the bottom, and we're going to double click on our foreground color. We're going to find ourselves a nice grayish color, kind of grayish white. I don't know why, but that grayish white just looks so beautiful, right? It just looks like look at that. Just makes stuff pop, you know what I mean? So now that we got this nice grayish color here, we're gonna go to our text. Again, we're gonna double click this empty space here, or we could just, if you already have your effects already set up, you can just click your effects and it'll pop up again. So then we're gonna create a drop shadow. But what I like to do is I like to lower the opacity of that drop shadow just a little bit right there, and boom. So that's that. So then what else did I do? I created a little box here, and you kind of see it has a little bit of a drop shadow around it. So I'm gonna show you guys how I created that. So basically what I did was create a new layer. Kind of see right here. If you create a new layer, while still clicking on this, it's going to have this little arrow because it's going to be attached just like this one. So to unattach it, basically you get it out of that hierarchy. You just move it down and move it to like right here. You just fill it with a color and press Alt and backspace button. Basically what I did was went here with the Marquee tool. Made sure it was nice. See how they have those little guidelines right there? It kind of tells you exactly if you're like perfectly on it. And just press delete just like that and hit Control D on your keyboard. So how I did that, as far as like you see the little lines, if you guys don't have your lines on there, basically what you want to do is you want to go to View, Show Smart Guides, right? Because basically if you turn that off, which I just did, once you do this, it won't show you or tell you anything like at all. Like it won't let you know if you're in the center or not. So what you have to do is you have to go to View, Show Smart Guides, and basically once you do that, see it kind of pops up those nice little lines to let you know where you're at, if you're dead in the center or not. Oh, another thing is, if you have a drop shadow on more than one layer, and you try to manipulate one drop shadow on one layer, and you still have the other layer active with its drop shadow, hey, it's gonna move both of them. You're gonna click both of these, and then you want to convert to smart object. That way it's one whole image because you're done with it. Now, one thing that I do recommend is Control Z. What I do recommend is creating yourself a second copy of this just in case you want to go back and edit something like later on. So basically you select both of them, you select one, hold down shift, select the other one, and you drag it down to this new layer icon. And basically it'll create a second one for you. And what I like to do is reselect this, and then go to the next button that's right next to it, which is a group button, and create a group, and just turn off that group right there. And then these two, we'll merge them. So we'll select both of them, right click, and then go to where it says convert to smart object. Boom, now it's one whole picture. So now that the drop shadow is actually stuck inside of there. It's an actual image now. It's actually flat. Everything is all put together. So now we can go back to our other layer. All right, guys, so that's all I have for you today. Please stay tuned for the next episode tomorrow that I will be posting on the rest of this tutorial. If you guys have any tips, any comments on anything that you guys would like to see on this channel, or anything you would like me to go a little bit more in depth in, please let me know in the comments below. I'm just now getting this page started. So, we're all learning and we're all growing together. That's the whole reason for this page. I want to show you guys that I'm starting from the bottom just like you guys. And we're all going to succeed, man. So stay tuned for the next episode tomorrow that I will be posting of the rest of this tutorial. And as always, stay tuned.